Hello, this is Stephanie Cathan, and welcome to our third visit. It brings us to the success principle that makes the turning point of every person who has promoted himself or herself from the lower brackets of success to the higher planes of achievement, where one acquires everything he desires. This principle is called the habit of going the extra mile, which means the habit of rendering more service and better service than one is expected to render, and doing it in a positive mental attitude. I'm going to tell you all I know about this magic principle of self-advancement because it is the one rule you must follow if you expect to write your own price tag and be sure of getting it. Let me describe the success principle for you in a brief formula you can easily remember. Napoleon Hill called it the QQMA formula, which means the quality of service you render plus the quantity of service you render plus the mental attitude in which you render service. This formula determines the space that you occupy in your chosen calling and the compensation you get from your services. If you will examine carefully the people you know to be unusually successful, you'll discover that they follow the QQMA formula, although they may do it unconsciously. I wish to show you how to make use of it deliberately with purpose and forethought, so you may make the principle pay off in a big way quite quickly. Now, I shall tell you some of the benefits you will enjoy by following the habit of going the extra mile. 1, this habit will bring you the favorable attention of those who can and will provide you with opportunities to promote yourself into a better circumstance. 2, it will place back of you that great natural law of increase and return, through which the service you render will bring back greater than average compensation. 3, following this habit will make you indispensable in your chosen occupation or calling. Therefore, it will place you in a position to write your own ticket. 4, this habit will help you excel in your line of work because each time you render service, you endeavor to do a better job than you did previously. 5, if you work for salary or wages, this habit will give you preference when work is slack and others are laid off. 6, it will help you benefit by the law of contrast because the others around you will not be going the first mile, never mind the extra mile. 7, following this habit of doing your very best in all of your efforts and doing it in a pleasing mental attitude will improve your personality and make you liked by others. 8, it will help you develop a keen, alert imagination because you will be continuously seeking new and better ways of rendering useful service. 9, it will inspire you to move on your own personal initiative instead of waiting to be told what to do, a habit which is the first step in leadership in all callings. 10, the habit of going the extra mile definitely develops a greater sense of reliance and gives one more courage to move ahead without the fear of criticism from others. And here is one thing it does, which if it benefited you in no other way would justify you in adopting it. It helps you master the destructive habit of procrastination, the one habit which heads the list of causes of failure. 12, going the extra mile forces other people to respect your integrity and inspires them to go out of their way to cooperate with you in a friendly spirit. 13, the habit helps you develop definiteness of purpose, which is the starting point of all personal success, and it stops you from drifting through life without knowing what you want or where you're going. 14, and here is the grand payoff which this habit gives you. It provides you with the one and only excuse for asking for a promotion, a better station in life, or higher pay. Obviously, if you are doing no more than you are paid for, then you are receiving pay for all that you are entitled, and you have not a single excuse for asking for more pay or a better position. You understand this point and appreciate the significance, do you not? And 15, Last but not least, the habit of going the extra mile conditions your mind to maintain a mastermind alliance with others. Every so often, I'll hear people complain about not receiving favorable breaks in their relationships to others. I never hear the students of the Science of Success, nor anyone who has ever read Mr. Hill's books, because all of his students have learned the secret of how to create their own favorable breaks. They do it by following the habit of going the extra mile. I can tell you frankly, I have never received a major favorable break during my entire life that did not come from having applied the principle of going the extra mile. Sometimes I hear people complain also that their positions are such that they are not permitted to go the extra mile. My counsel to these people is always the same. Change positions and market your services where it pays to go the extra mile. I am sincere in giving this advice because I know that no one can do better but to earn a mere living unless they begin to go the extra mile. The reason I know definitely that going the extra mile is a sound procedure is the fact that I checked this principle, as I do all of them, to make sure they were in harmony with natural laws. I can give you a fine example of how nature forces man to go the extra mile in order that he may produce the food with which to exist. The farmer, for example, must follow the habit of cleaning the ground, fencing it, plowing it, and planting the seed at the right season of the year, all of which must be done in advance without any compensation of any kind. If he does his part of the work properly, he then hands the job over to nature, sits down and waits for her to do her part, and within a brief period, nature germinates the seed the farmer plants, matures it, and yields back to him the seed he planted, plus an increase of perhaps 100 times that amount to compensate him for going the extra mile. Thus we see that the law of increasing returns comes to the aid of the man who goes the extra mile. This principle applies the same in rendering service in a job as it does in the fields of the farmer. If the farmer did not form the habit of going the extra mile, the human race would starve to death in one season. And I'm sure that you agree, anytime we copy Mother Nature's habits, we will not go wrong in doing so. You now have possession of the third principle of personal achievement, which brings you 3 steps nearer to the secret by which you may take possession of the master key to success. In order that you may test the magic power of this third principle, I'm going to offer you a suggestion, which may bring you such overwhelming success that you'll not need to attend further visits with me. My suggestion is this. First, start tomorrow in whatever occupation you are now currently engaged, and render some sort of useful service to someone near you, which you're not expected to render, and which you neither expect nor ask for compensation. 2, render this service in a pleasing mental attitude, which will show clearly that you enjoy doing it. 3, follow this principle 7 days in succession, and then notice what a changed atmosphere you will enjoy in your association with those nearest you. In carrying out these instructions, do not make known your plan to anyone, but go ahead and do it in the most natural way possible. By the end of the 7th day, you will find yourself so much happier and so much better liked by those around you that you will never desire to give up the habit. Then you will be within easy reach of the supreme secret of success, which comes with the master key. In my 4th visit with you, I'll give you a very definite clue as to the means by which you may appropriate and use the great master key. And in this same clue, I will introduce to you the source of a form of power which does not recognize the word impossible and helps you transmute failures, defeats, and all adversities into assets of great benefit to you. Until our next visit, I'd like to remind you of these words from Napoleon Hill. If you believe you can do it, you will.